Hello again, viewers of Twill Plays. I have something new and interesting and kind of exciting for you here today. If you can't tell, this is an Ouya console. This is an NVIDIA Tegra 3 powered console, one that actually came out last year. It was the result of one of the biggest Kickstarters that's ever existed, quite possibly the biggest one. I can't recall off the top of my head. Definitely one of the biggest ones that's ever actually been fully funded. But this is a little bit different. This was completely unexpected to me. It just kind of showed up out of the blue. I knew something was coming, but I didn't know what. But as you can tell, looking from the front of the box, it's white. And actually, you probably can't see it because it says it right over here. It's a 16 gigabyte model. The traditional one is sort of a black silver color. This is the limited edition white 16 gigabyte model. So the traditional one, like I said, is silver and black with 8 gigs of storage. This one has 16 gigs and it's white. So I don't think they're actually on sale yet. I'm still waiting to hear back from NVIDIA as to why this showed up, but I'm definitely not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, as it were. So let's go ahead and open it up, see what's inside the box, see how everything looks and how it feels. Then we will hook it up to the TV and just see how it works. This is my first real experience with an Ouya, so I'm going to be relatively new to it. So let me go ahead and slip the outside cover off, grab my trusty handy-dandy teeny tiny little pocket knife, and we'll take care of some of the tape here. All right. Now, slide the top section off, and here we go. This is the meat and potatoes of the package. This is the actual Ouya console itself. You probably can't see much to it, but I'll try to include some higher quality video or photos as I can. Has little plastic bits on the top. It's got nothing really on the bottom of it. Here on the back, we've got the power connector, Ethernet, micro USB, which I would presume can also be used for power, HDMI, and a single USB connector. Other sides are just all plain white. This one has a little bit of a something on it, but anyway. And I would guess that this is the power button here on top. Yeah, it has a little bit of a springiness to it, so that's got to be power. The other item in the box, of course, the controller. It says here you put one AA battery on either side. O.u.y.a are the buttons. You've got the traditional, it's almost like an Xbox 360 layout with the sticks, the D-pad, the start button down here, which is a little bit sticky. The buttons themselves feel nice and responsive. Then you have two triggers on the back here, two bumper buttons and two triggers. And they are all covered up in this plastic sealant. So we'll just rip all that away. Alrighty, and just a few minutes later we are back. I've got all of the tape off at this point, so it's nice and clean and pristine. And honestly, this does come to the point of one of my major concerns with this thing so far. Like I said, it is very stark, very bright white, and I've already seen several places where it's been sort of discolored from the packaging. You can see maybe here in the packaging there's a little bit of where the white has kind of rubbed off on it. Nothing's actually come off of the controller, but just where they've rubbed against each other, that's gotten it a little white, and it's gotten this a little dark in spots. It was not really a big deal to get it cleaned off, but I'd be wondering if this is going to stain over time, if it's going to maybe change colors. But anyway, at this point, let's see if there's anything else in the box. There we go. We've got a very nice, solid feeling HDMI cable there. We have a power connector. Would presume it would also, like I said, work on micro USB though, in case you're interested in that. Would be really interesting to see how long you could run one of these off of one of the external USB battery packs. But let's see what else we've got. A couple of AA batteries to power the controller, and then a little booklet. And the booklet says Ouya. It's got how to connect it, how to power it up, and European stuff and other languages, and yeah, we'll just move on from there. So at this point, as you've seen everything in the package, we'll go ahead, get all the batteries put into the controller, which I believe, just to sort of get you up on that, yeah, you just sort of pop the covers off. These covers are replaceable. You can actually, oh, there's some more tape I missed. You can actually go onto the Ouya website and order new controller covers, these new plates. They're $10 for a set, I think, so it might be interesting to take the white controller and put like a blue or red or something on top of it. But from here, like you can see, just stick the AA batteries inside of there, and you should be ready to play with this. Get the Ouya hooked up to the TV, and we'll be ready. So I'll be back in just a minute with this hooked up. Okay, so we've got everything in place. We're ready to finish the hookups. It does come with everything, hopefully, you need to actually make the connections. So I'm going to go ahead and give it the final bit of power here. Just had to hit the button and it is coming up now. Yeah, with a stiff HDMI cable, you might have some issues actually getting it to stand up properly. But here in just a second, let me go ahead and zoom in. Yeah, you can see there it is starting up. You've got your little Ouya logo there. If we can focus on it. Yeah, Ouya. I've got the camera set to autofocus, so this is going to be kind of interesting. It says, press until only 2 middle lights blink to begin pairing. And let me just zoom back out here a little bit. See, I've got the controller here. If I hold this button, and now the middle 2 lights are blinking. You probably can't see that, but I can see it. They're trying to pair. All right, there we go. It says connected. It's doing its little countdown. We'll zoom right back in on this. And now I've moved the camera a little bit. I'll go ahead and select English as my preferred language and hit the Ouya to select it, the O. It's going to try to connect to a wireless network. I do have the option to connect to either of my local wireless networks, or I could use my wire if I wanted to use that. Okay, and that wasn't terribly difficult. It was kind of like doing it on an Xbox 360, to be entirely honest. Connecting to wireless network, successfully connected, and it is able to connect to my 5 gigahertz network, 802.11n, 5 gigahertz. Very, very nice there. Making sure that it is connected. Unable to connect. Unable to connect to Ouya servers at the moment. Well, let me try my other. All right, we're trying it on the non-5 gigahertz network. Successfully connected. So maybe there's a bit of an issue with doing it on a 5 gigahertz network. I don't know. I have to create a new account, so this should be a lot of fun. Now, here's a bit of an interesting part of the setup process. I have to provide a credit card. Like I said, I've never used an Ouya before, so this is completely new to me, and that's not cool. It's been a while since I set up my Xbox a long time ago, but I don't seem to recall having to actually provide a credit card for anything on there. If I want to buy something, I have to have points, and points can be funded with a credit card. But on this, I actually have to provide a card, even though it says that you can get all the games for free, but it's only after you actually want to keep them that you have to pay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in off camera, and I'll be back in 6 hours, because it's going to take a while to put all this info in. Alrighty, credit card number provided. That took quite a little while there, but not too bad. Downloading a system update. Hurting cats. They definitely have a unique sense of humor on all this. Well, I never. So yeah, this is going to take a little while as well. Hooray! I am still alive and I'm ready to apply the update and restart the console. Buckle up, prepare for installation. Do not turn it off or unplug it. Now shutting down. And honestly, this does sort of bring back the idea that it is Android. Pretty easy to do updates, and actually the dialogues do kind of look like the traditional Android dialogues, colored differently. Ouya updating, do not shut down, and then a bunch of other languages. Update really didn't take all that long. And I'm assuming that the grand majority of this is going to be pretty similar to the way that everything happens on the traditional Ouya. It's just there's more space on this one and it's white. That's the biggest difference between this unboxing and setup and every other one. Is it's the exact same thing. It's just got more space and it's a different color. All right, and there we go. Ready player one. You're about to discover the best of independent gaming. Let's begin. And my controller is off. Awesome. But there we go. I'm started back up. Just tap the on button on the controller. We've got some update notes. Abominable Snowman. This is getting obnoxious already. Recommendations in the system menu. Prioritize Bluetooth with 2 or more controllers. That is one thing I will mention. This came with one controller, and I have a little boy who's going to want to play this, so I may have to see if one of my Bluetooth controllers can actually connect to it as well. Let's see. I've got play, discover, make, and manage. If I select any of these up here, I'm sure it'll just go to those. Let's just, I guess, pick one and see what happens. Do I have any thoughts? Loading a little bit slowly, but here we go. It'll do free download, and then there's buy. And there's a bunch of thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and hit this. It's going to put it in the queue. As far as the actual sound of the console, it seems pretty quiet. I haven't actually heard a whisper out of it at this point. Yeah, I can't hear a thing. My desktop in the background is making much more noise than this. So I'm going to go back and just see if I've got any... What is that? Must play. Is this something that's... Yeah, it's automatically downloading. Bomb Squad. I guess it's got that downloaded. Free download. No, it is downloading. Oh, you can see it down here at the bottom. downloading, installing. Eric Fremling presents stuff. Alright. And it's ready to be tried. What else do we have here? We've got this that looks like it's downloading. I told, at the very least, it'll do to download. It looks like it's downloading now. So, let's go ahead and try Bomb Squad and just see what it does. Finishing install. One moment. Now we're ready to play. Some days you feel like punching sunshine or blowing something up. There are some tips, controls, punch, pick up, jump, and bomb, and power-ups. Alright, so we're ready to play. Oh, that's what it is. I get an hour to try it, and it's $5. Eh. I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, yeah. Press any button to join. Alright. There we are. Now I'm walking around. I got something. I can jump a little bit. Knocked him down. Got a time bonus and did a little arms up, arms in the air. Oh, I bombed myself there. I'm gonna lose. I lost. Okay, so well, this is, at the very least, something kind of interesting to play. Let's see if I can get back out of here. A is back, exit. Yes, we'll exit. So I'm guessing, like I said, all the rest of the games will probably work along the same lines, where you kind of get a free download of it that you can try for a certain amount of time, and then you're gonna, yeah. So I canceled that one. Let's see if the other one. Now, if every single game on here is pay to play, I'm not gonna be in a huge hurry for that. Yeah, those are the ones I can play. Then I can discover new ones. Ooh, I can hear it now. It's making a bit of a whirring sound. You probably can't hear it because I have the microphone facing away. But yeah, it's making a decent little amount of noise now. I guess where it's loading all this menu up at once. Escape artists. Well, this is definitely an interesting little setup. And if nothing else, things like, I wonder if Plex works, if it's a free download. Yeah, it looks like it is. Boy, that's kind of loud. We'll go ahead and get this downloaded, because I have a Plex server here locally. If nothing else, I could use this on my TV in the next room, or a TV upstairs, as a Plex box. It'll do is complete, and now this one should start here in just a second. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into this and just play around a bit. I figured I would look at the system menu to see if this interface is just bizarre to me. Maybe I'm missing something. Yeah, but I figure I'll spend some time with it and see how I like it, see how things work out. So far, it's an interesting interface. It's an interesting device. Beyond that, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. There we go. There's the actual system. Oh, Plex is complete. So play Plex. And I don't have that, so we'll skip. Okay. Oh, that was definitely an Android dialog there. Look at that. Discovered a Plex server here locally. It's got all of my Ghibli stuff on it. So yeah, that looks like it works quite well. Let's just start up a video and see if it works. It's going to play at 480p, which is, yeah, it's playing beautifully. Wonderful. Well, I'm very pleased with that. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and continue to give this a shot. We'll just see how things work out, and may give you an update at some point in the future. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, though, and I will see you again next time. Bye, guys.